Hey guys, welcome to the full tour of Manga Souko, Manga Warehouse here in Japan. I'm specifically in Okinawa, Japan, and this is by far my favorite store in Japan. It literally means Manga Warehouse. Manga Souko literally means Manga Warehouse. And they have so much manga and so many nerd stuff here. In my opinion, this is one of the ultimate nerd chain stores in Japan you could go to. So let's go ahead and get this tour started. So right when you walk in, it's instant game machines here. And we'll just walk through this whole thing here. Of course, they have vending machines, game machines, and we're actually not even inside the store yet. You can see we're in this like outdoor overhang thing, but they just have all kinds of games right when you walk in here. It's crazy how many they have. And in these games, these are the claw machines. You may or may not have heard of them in Japan. Very popular. So you have a chance to win one of these figures. These are very popular in Japan. You'll see them all over the place. These are the types of prizes you can expect here. This is a Sword Art Online figurine. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here. Let's get into the store. Real quick note here too, guys, this store is open 24 hours a day, so that's really cool. Oh, here's a map of what they have here too, guys. You can see the book section, card section, toys, sporting goods, record, yeah, clothes, bags, games. So right when you walk in, you have a bunch of candy, just Japanese candies. And they're all laid out a little bit differently, but this one right when you walk in, this is like, Manga Souko is like a thrift store. So these are all used, some of them are new, but these are all just fancy perfumes, fancy wallets, name brand, sunglasses, stuff like that. They're all a little bit different when you walk in, but this is how this one's laid out. And you got some used phones here, some electronics. And here is the games section. So right away we have big cabinets. This is all PS4 stuff. And you can see just how big this game section actually is. I'll show you the whole thing. Here's Nintendo Switch, all Nintendo Switch stuff. And they actually have a lot of like exclusive controllers and consoles and stuff exclusive for Japan. You could see some of these controllers here. And here's some VR fighting games, a bunch of Nintendo DS's here. And then you can see they have games for every console ever made, and these are just rows organized by the console you have. So we're starting with, this is Wii U, Nintendo Switch here. And they have pretty much every game you could think of. Here's the PS Vita. And this is like a PS4 section. And there's a lot of games in Japan that I've never heard of. Oftentimes I look at these things, like none of these I don't think are in America, and they look really cool. But here's all, then we go into PSP, and they kind of just go down from the years. So the most recent ones are at the front, and then it goes all the way back to basically Atari. So here's 3DS games. You can see bunch of PSP and PS3. It's very popular. And then we're starting to get into the old games. So this is Sega Genesis, and they have Game Boy Advanced as well here, and regular Game Boy, Game Boy Color. And then here's some systems. You can actually buy some systems here. PlayStation, sealed PlayStation games up there. Some more old games, kind of more rare ones I think they keep in the cabinets here. Some of those are 60, 70 bucks for a 40-year-old game. And you can see, look, here's Super Famicom. Saw the Super Famicom. PS2 is still going because, of course, that was a huge console. More Famicom. That was also a really big console. Then we're getting into some stuff. I guess this is still Famicom, that's what it says down there. They look a little different though. And then we're down to original PlayStation here. And you can find pretty much any game you want here. Here's Sega Saturn. So you can see how big this section is. GameCube. And then they have some consoles. Usually they have a lot more consoles than this, but regardless, like here's a, for 2,000 yen, Sega Genesis, the original PlayStation, all cleaned up and nice for 3,000 yen, which is about $30. Here's a white PSP, or PS2, for $60. A clear blue, this thing's clear, for $60. Here's an actual blue, another white, some silvers, PS2s. They had a lot of exclusives here. Here's the slim one, silver. N64, a couple of GameCubes down there. And they usually have a lot more. And then over here you can see the controllers. These are the original GameCube controllers. They have like memory sticks for the PlayStations and stuff. For the video games too, guys, they have a lot of these end caps that show you, this is for the Switch, that show you what the most popular game is right now. So number 1, Super Smash Bros. 2, Mario Kart, 3, Splatoon 2, 4, and 5. Cool thing is though, they actually have that for like every console, even going back to like the regular Nintendo. They have this list of, if you're looking for like the most popular games. For example, this one's Famicom, and you can see number 1 is Super Mario Kart, 2 is Mario World, 3 is Dragon Quest, 4, 5, 6, they're out of. This is really cool, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but this is like the Japanese version. It's about 30 bucks, Super Mario Bros. 3. Same thing here for the PS Vita. Got Call of Duty as number 1, Sword Art Online as the second game. And then again for the Wii and the Wii U. And over here they have Wii U consoles and everything you need, the taiko drums and everything. So I'm not going to spend too much time here but in the clothing section, but I'll show you a little bit around. This is a full tour after all. They just have a bunch of used clothes. This is like the entire center of the store is just clothing. And some Manga Soukos. So there's 3 here in Okinawa, and this one I think has about the best game section, but other ones have like a bigger clothing section. One has a bigger manga section, but don't be fooled because the clothing section and the manga section and the game section and stuff are big in all of them. There's a lot of used shoes here as well. So you can see you got backpacks, bags, purses, shoes, anything you'd find in a regular clothing store. Got a little more expensive collectible shoes here. You got Air Jordans and stuff. So a lot of these are collectible and you could just get, these are all used, remember. Here's a women's clothing boutique section. You can see all the women's stuff, and they have kimonos here, whole section of kimonos because it's Japan. And then they have little utensils and stuff like this. This is just kitchen type stuff. Mugs and dishes, just dishes, collectibles, stuff like that. And then next, they also do have electronics, so you can see back there, there's TVs, speaker stuff here. Here's some camera equipment. Some of the Manga Soukos, this electronic section actually isn't that great, but some of the Manga Soukos have a really big one. But you can see anyway. I have a lot of stuff here. Here's an iMac. Computer stuff. They also have a big music section, you can see. Guitars, pianos, bunch of pedals for electric guitars. And then up here they have all kinds of guitars. Look at these guitars they have. Drums, cymbals, and pedals here. Bunch more guitars. you could see. And if you collect music, they have a lot of records here, CDs, and actually Japan, CDs and records are still very popular, but this is a lot of American stuff in here. You can see these are all rappers and hip hop artists, and you can see just how big this is. And of course, the entire middle of the store is clothing, so I'm just kind of surrounding that right now. But you can see all the music they have, sort of like a Tower Records or something like that. You can see just how big this music section is. And over there, past this, they have sports stuff. So here, let me finish the music section here. Here's music DVDs. And they have a giant sports section. So this is golf clubs, we got bicycle parts, mitts, anything you need, tennis rackets here. They have so many cool stuff here, guys. And I haven't even gotten to the nerd stuff yet. Swimsuits, or not swimsuits, diving gear, fishing poles and stuff. And I think specifically here, because Okinawa is an island, I think they have more islandy stuff at this particular Manga Souko. All right, so just past the DVDs, let's get into the nerd stuff. So here you can see those figurines. These are very popular in Japan. And they just have so many here from all different sorts of anime. So you can see in here, and they have an entire section of this stuff. Here's Sword Art Online, figures, and you can see just how much I'm surrounded here by this stuff. At all these figurines. Sword art. There's so much here, guys. And then they have a bunch of, I don't even know, these are just anime stuff. More figures. There's just so much here. You could see like keychains and buttons and stuff of all these anime characters. These are Gundam, so you could like build your Gundams here. And then we're getting into One Piece. They got a lot of Dragon Ball Z. Here's the Gundams. Here, I'll show you some of the built ones here. So this is kind of what you're looking at. So here's One Piece figures. Here's Dragon Ball and Naruto. Dragon Ball figurines. Here's a shoe. More Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's really big, very popular. Here's some Naruto stuff, and the Naruto stuff is actually typically pretty hard to find, so it's cool that they have some. And if you're not into anime, they also have a lot of collectibles of other stuff. These are still Dragon Ball. This is just like a Kirby fan. This is just random stuff. Here's some stuffed animals, or what, stuffed Kirby. Or here's Batman, Joker, Spider-Man, Hulk. They have all those figurines as well. Here's some Star Wars stuff. You can just see how much stuff they have here. I don't even know what these things are. Airsoft is kind of big here, so you have a little Airsoft section here. If you collect Hot Wheels or any car stuff, you have collectible car figurines as well. Some of these are probably worth some money. Some Star Wars Hot Wheels. Some more rare Hot Wheels here, I think. I know some people that collect Hot Wheels as well, so might be interested in this. Some more random toys. So these are, I think, the Power Ranger things. And this is just a random bag full of toys. So for 1,500 yen, you could just take a bag. It has random stuff in it. Or 2,000 yen, you could get two. So that's 15 bucks or 20 bucks just about. And here's some Power Ranger figurines. Godzilla. So they do have a kids section too, and you can see here's Legos. You could just buy a little thing of Legos that are all the same color. And here's some board games. So you got some board games. And then here's Totoro figurines. Those are some more figurines. They have stuffed animals here as well. They also have a huge section of playing cards. So you can see here, these are just giant packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, 500 yen. And they just have tons and tons of playing cards. So they have all these laid out like this, kind of nice, and then you can open these drawers and just go through cards and pick them out as you need them. This is Beyblade apparently. So there's a lot of that. If you're into playing any of these games, here's a whole Yu-Gi-Oh section. And they have Japanese and English cards as well, guys. So you're not just stuck with Japanese cards. Most of them will be Japanese, but they do have English. Here's Magic. So you can see these packs of Magic cards. And here's Pokemon, which those look way different than when I was a kid. You can see these are all green leaf cards. And you could just pick them out, pick out the ones you want. This is the Japanese back. More Yu-Gi-Oh here. It's a giant Magic section. These are all Magic cards. And same thing here, you could just pick out which cards you need. Read them, check them out. You could buy these mystery packs if you want, that they make. They have a lot of cards here. They also, I believe they host tournaments, so that's why you see the tables here. And some more cards. Here's sleeves and card binders and stuff. So all kinds of stuff here. And now maybe the moment a lot of you have wanted to see, the manga. This place is called Manga Warehouse after all, so I have to show you the manga. Here's an entire collection of this manga here. I don't even know what it is. Little section, little one piece. So you can buy them, they bind them like this, and you could buy them as like a collection, or of course you could buy them individually. In this particular section, these are all the bound together collections of manga here. So you can see if you want an entire series of some manga, you can see what they have here. Here's a Black Butler, right? The entire series there. And just to give you an idea of how much this is, so I don't know if this is the whole series of Black Butler, but like this is 6,000 yen, which is about $60. I don't know if that's the whole series, but it looks to be about 20 or so, 20 or 30 books, something like that. And you could just see all these bound mangas. And we'll go through all of this, and I'll just show you how many rows of manga there actually is here. So here we go, we're starting off. You can see all the aisles they have here. You guys can see down these rows. So they have a lot. So here we go. So this is, they have some different language ones. They have some in English. Most, 99% of them are Japanese though, of course. But down each of these rows, you could just kind of, by category, the type of manga it is, you can find the manga or the series or whatever that you're looking for. You can see here's Attack on Titan. You can see a lot of people in the aisles, they're reading them. But this is Attack on Titan. This is 21, 250 yen. So that's $2.50 for that manga. And depending on how popular the manga is, the prices can vary greatly. I noticed some of the older ones and stuff, there's a lot of mangas that are just like 100 yen. Here's Dragon Ball Z Super. See, this one's 300 yen, so that's $3. Maybe that's a little bit more popular here or something. I don't know. Naruto. I love Naruto. They have all these are Naruto and Gintama right next to it. These are like big books of just the whole thing. That's only 300 yen. And Kit and I actually have a lot of these series. Here's Naruto #1. It's 100 yen, it's $1 if you want to start reading Naruto in Japanese. On the other side here, One Piece. Very popular. You can see how much they are. But you can see they have little organizers, little sections here when you look down the aisles on all the manga. And they just have so much. And again, like I said, this one of course has a ton of manga. Like, this is bigger than pretty much any manga store I've seen in America. But they have Manga Soukos that actually have a bigger manga section than this. So this store is absolutely amazing. There's Sword Art Online. They do have an adult section here. I'm not going to go in there, of course, but that's all adult stuff. So guys, that's it for Manga Souko. Like I said, there's a bunch of different ones. This one happens to be just one giant floor, but there's one sort of in the main city that's like 3 or 4 stories high. I don't know if it's any bigger. The floors are a lot smaller, but you know, it goes 3 or 4 stories. And there's another one that's like 2 stories. And that one's pretty big. But this is definitely my favorite store in Japan. The ultimate nerd store in my opinion. So if you'd like to see more about Japan, any cool stuff, I try and cover it here on this channel. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Thanks so much for watching, guys. What do you think of Manga Souko? Have you been to one before? Anyway, I appreciate all your guys' input. Just wanted to show you guys around my favorite store in Okinawa, Japan. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.